All right, here we go. This has echoes of May 2024. Has echoes of May 2024 because after Joey Badass dropped My Town, 30 minutes later, Ray Vaughn pops back out with Goldeneye. Now let's see what Ray Vaughn got. I'm not sure if they expected Joey Badass to come that correct, nor did I don't think anybody expected to hear Loaded Lux on the track. He wasn't even on the metadata for the joint. But let's see what Ray Vaughn got to say, because there's no way, and we talked about this too, there is no way Ray Vaughn was going to let Joey get the last word with the finals. Now, I know that they were in the studio for a while, the day after finals dropped. The finals dropped, okay? So I don't know what they were working on, but I knew something was coming. So here it is, Ray Vaughn, Goldeneye. Let's take a listen.
They done let that nigga off that casting.
Oh my God, so we're over the 50 Cent back down beat. 50 Cent's one of Ray Vaughn's favorite artists. He's talked about that before. And so now this is another play, right? Because he's over 50 Cent's beat Back Down, which was on Get Rich or Die Trying. And 50 Cent produces Power. That's his show, and Joey Badass is on Power. So that's where he plays Unique. So here's the layers that's going down right now. And look at this cover art right here. It got everybody in the crosshairs.
They done let that nigga off that casting couch. They let that nigga out that fucking slide through the kitchen. And
they let him off the casting couch. Oh my God. Here we go.
shit. Yeah. Johnson & Johnson.
Holy shit, a guy get back on Troy and ain't say shit. Heard he out here begging for Doc. I let the case spit get smacked down, thinking re-wrestling with all them Ray flips. Little shots ain't hurt Vaughn Wick. I'm in the Matrix. Electric.
That's hard. Oh my God, he coming in rapping already. He coming in rapping right now. 1 second applause.
Slide through the kitchen and shit. Yeah. Johnson & Johnson.
Holy shit, a guy get back on Troy and ain't say shit. Heard he out here begging for Doc. I let the case spit get
Heard he out here begging for Doc, let the case
I
spit.
get back on Troy and ain't say shit. Heard he out here begging for Doc. I let the case spit get smacked down, thinking re-wrestling with all them Ray flips. Little shots ain't hurt Vaughn Wick. I'm in the
Back down, thinking we wrestling with all them Ray flips. Ray Mysterio, that's a crazy bar. That's a crazy wrestling bar right there. Hold on, Ray. Hold on, Ray Vaughn. 1 second applause. Let's hear this.
Spit get smacked down, thinking re-wrestling with all them Ray flips. Little shots ain't hurt Vaughn Wick. I'm in the Matrix.
Little shots ain't hurt Vaughn Wick. I'm in the Matrix. So that's a Keanu reference from John Wick and the Matrix right now. That is a hard intro. We won't hear that one more time.
Slide through the kitchen and shit. Yeah. Johnson & Johnson.
Holy shit, a guy get back on Troy and ain't say shit. Heard he out here begging for Doc. I let the case spit get smacked down, thinking re-wrestling with all them Ray flips. Little shots ain't hurt Vaughn Wick. I'm in the Matrix. Electrician, oh, he out here flexing with his power check. Had a nigga pushing up daisies, it's a flower set. You trooping with this nigga, then why y'all ain't deployed? I heard you was sliding on Diddy, but won't slide for your
Oh my God, here we go. Heard he's sliding on Diddy, but won't slide for your boy. Now there's a video of Joey Badass going around in the car with Diddy, and Diddy's holding up love, so they're doing like the little hand heart thing. The hand heart thing. And obviously Diddy's on trial, and Joey Badass has had a good relationship with Diddy. And then Daylight was the first one to bring this up on Your. Then on the Red Bull Cypher, Joey says he's never been to a freak off, but now he's got, now there's battle rappers showing their cheeks off. And here goes Ray Vaughn going in on this. Now on the finals, one of the things that Daylight or Joey Badass says on the finals is that on Ray's track Ho Era, which came out right after the Red Bull Cypher, on Ho Era, Ray says that he wrote for Joey Badass's fiance. He said he wrote for, he called her baby mother. And Joey called it fiance in the second half. But he also mentions he did that to get a reaction, to get a response. Or Joey said that he knew Ray did that to get a reaction, to get a response, right? Now, this was a conversation this weekend over on The Bigger Picture. They talked about this. They talked about this on Effective immediately again. DJ Head said that he talked to Ray Vaughn and said, yo, man, now you know you got to deal with whatever comes with saying mentioning his fiance like that. And Ray said that he didn't mean it in that fashion. He was just trying to say that, well, Joey's over here saying that I'm a nobody. Well, this nobody happened to write for your fiance who's an artist, right? And so, but also on the finals, Joey says, the way you got the way Dot's dick sits in your mouth, this is the type of dick licking I'm talking about. So he goes into the homophobia box. Okay, he goes in the homophobe box, right? And so now we got Ray Vaughn coming back, and he's doubling down, or maybe tripling down now, on Diddy bars. From where I'm sitting, it seems like in response to Joey going to the gay bars, which is in response to Ray Vaughn saying his baby mom, his fiance's name, or not even her name, but mentioning his fiance. Okay, this is where we at. I hope everybody's caught up. 1 second applause.
With this nigga, then why y'all ain't deployed? I heard you was sliding on Diddy, but won't slide for your. I was signed for 5 years and got blocked by COVID. You was signed for like 20 and still ain't got motion. You
was signed for 5 years and got blocked by COVID. You were signed for 20 and still ain't have motion.
Had legends in your corner and still turned out boneless. Just a Forbes list miss with a bad boy bonus. Look, CJ got no hit, Kirk got no hit, you ain't got no hit, so Pro Era don't exist. TD.
Wow. I mean, okay, so there's something interesting about that. Shout out to Jeremy Heck. Jeremy Heck pointed this out on the bigger picture. Joey has a plaque for, I can't remember the song. Oh my gosh. He has a plaque for one song. I can't remember. So he has one plaque on his own. And then he was a writer on Post Malone's Rockstar. So Joey Badass wrote for Ew Yuck Gross, right? But that's one of the biggest songs. And so he was the one who came up with the melody for the hook. Now that song's diamond. That song's diamond. Okay. Now, who said battle raps? Everything in a rap battle got to be true. But shout out to Jeremy Heck for bringing that point up. That's true.
I heard you was sliding on Diddy, but won't slide for your. I was signed for 5 years and got blocked by COVID. You was signed for like 20 and still ain't got motion. You had legends in your corner and still turned out boneless. Just a Forbes list miss with a bad boy bonus. Look, CJ got no hit, Kirk got no hit, you ain't got no hit, so Pro Era don't exist. TDE East, nigga, ain't that about a bitch? You got a label full of artists, every blog post skip. I'm a
You got a label full of artists, every blog post skip. That's crazy. 1 second applause.
East, nigga, ain't that about a bitch? You got a label full of artists, every blog post skip. I'm a D1 crash out, I'm dummy as it gets. Indian street food, a nigga made it off the wrist. A nigga made it out of wheel, but my name ain't Jay Smith. Thinking I ain't got his number, bitch, he authorized the hit.
Wow, okay, so I see the thumbnail a little bit differently now, too. He's talking about Kendrick. So in the finals, when Joey was talking to him, he said, I bet you never been to his house. I bet you don't even got his number. I bet you ain't even talk about Kendrick. I bet you ain't never been to his house. I bet you ain't even got his number. Ray Vaughn just confirmed that Dot was like, hey, he authorized the hit. 1 second applause.
Shout, I'm dummy as it gets. Indian street food, a nigga made it off the wrist. A nigga made it out of wheel, but my name ain't Jay Smith. Thinking I ain't got his number, bitch, he authorized the hit. Such words always coming from your lips. If you're standing next to Diddy, then you shouldn't mention Dick. Cause if they ever show that footage, you gon' have to plead the fifth. I'm the nigga you should dread, I'm on your head, I'm Vaughn Wick. That's
crazy. He goes back to the Vaughn Wick bar right there, but he says, if you're standing next to Diddy, you should never mention Dick. If they show the camera, you're going to have to plead the fifth. If show the footage, you got to plead the fifth. It sounds like he's talking about all the footage the feds said they got from Diddy's house. But there's a lot of time spent right now on this Diddy angle. This Diddy angle is driving this right now. But he's back to being Vaughn Wick at the end.
Show that footage, you gon' have to plead the fifth. I'm the nigga you should dread, I'm on your head, I'm Vaughn Wick. Them gay lines is out of pocket. I ain't never been at Diddy house. Soraya gon' be shocked when all that footage out.
Okay, so now he's doubling down. He's doubling down. So a second ago, I talked about how DJ Head said he talked to Ray Vaughn. He said that Ray Vaughn didn't intend that bar that way. He was just trying to show that, hey, I'm not a nobody, even though you're trying to nobody me. Well, he just said Joey Badass's fiance's name. Okay, so now he said he's a D1 crash out. All right, that's what he said. And Joey Badass on My Town says, you're going to have to really crash out on me. All right, so this is where we are now. We're talking about Diddy allegations. And now he's mentioning Joey's fiance.
So that footage, you gon' have to plead the fifth. I'm the nigga you should dread. I'm on your head, I'm Vaughn Wick. Them gay lines is out of pocket. I ain't never been at Diddy house. Soraya gon' be shocked when all that footage out. Couldn't get a Grammy and said, fuck it, nigga, put me on that casting couch. That's the type of dick licking shit you should be rapping about.
Yeah, that's a rebuttal right there. So it's the casting couch, and he's taking aim at that dick licking line again, which is a line that really offended a lot of people from the beginning. The dick licking line starts with Joey Badass on the Ruler's Back when he quoted a Jay-Z line from 22, is it 22 Twos? I think it's 22 Twos. And the West Coast didn't like that line either back then. So it's all happening.
Fucking nigga, put me on that casting couch. That's the type of dick licking shit you should be rapping about. Big TDE, what you know about me? Gas tank on ERB, then crash out. Nigga tuck his tail in the Troy beef. Now nigga talk street, but his credit is maxed out.
He tucked his tail in the Troy Ave beef. Now his credit is maxed out. It's funny. One second, pause.
Tuck his tail in the Troy beef. Now nigga talk street, but his credit is maxed out. Rap for 20 years, still ain't made big three. Now he went to TV cause in New York you were cast out. Couldn't get a verse from the HOV. Now you at Diddy house and you putting your back out.
Couldn't get a verse from the HOV. Now you're at Diddy's house putting your back out. Oh God. Now this is that West Coast rap battle history right here. Okay. You know, when Drake and Kendrick was going on last year, there was a lot of people saying, man, I don't know why people even beef with the West Coast, because the West Coast, man, they just take everything to a whole nother level. Take it to a whole nother level. And this is crash out heritage. As Ray Vaughn once says, we crashing out. Let's take a listen.
Get a verse from the HOV. Now you at Diddy house and you putting your back out. Chasing, going after dot for the control. Fuck the clout chasing, nigga, why you giving up your hoe?
Now, see, that's what I said in Ho Era. When Ho Era came out, I was literally like, yo, okay, what he's saying is that everyone's clout chasing, jumping on Joey. But I was like, well, the rebuttal for that would be like, well, that's what everybody would say about Joey doing by calling out Kendrick in the first place, right? Well, here's Ray Vaughn doing it. 1 second applause.
Couldn't get a verse from the HOV. Now you at Diddy house and you putting your back out. Chasing, going after dot for the control. Fuck the clout chasing, nigga, why you giving up your hoe? Oh, you a badass, a bad boy, there you go. Trying to cook a fake beef cause Puffy call you Sloppy Joe?
Crazy. Oh my God, he's going disrespectful. Disrespectful. Oh gosh.
Going after dot for the control. Fuck the clout chasing, nigga, why you giving up your hoe? Oh, you a badass, a bad boy, there you go. Trying to cook a fake beef cause Puffy call you Sloppy Joe? Fuck it, I be the Kendrick copy. Nigga, that's better than Bukkake.
Oh my God. Ray Vaughn is crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God, Ray Vaughn. It's all happening.
That's a bad boy, there you go. Trying to cook a fake beef cause Puffy call you Sloppy Joe? Fuck it, I be the Kendrick copy. Nigga, that's better than Bukkake. You Diddy sidekick, how you got something to say? At the freak off for a week and you was calling me gay?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. This has been Diddy for like a minute. We about 9 seconds of Diddy.
For the spice of what's Takashi. And where was you at? Troy Ave for a week. That's better than Bukkake. You Diddy sidekick, how you got something to say? At the freak off for a week and you was calling me gay? But for the spice of what's Takashi. And where was you at? Troy Ave into the jet. Nigga, where was you at? You wasn't trying to say New York and put that shit on your back. It took a California nigga just to get you to rap.
Okay, so that was a long setup to bring it back to where we started. Right. It took a cat from California to get you to rap. Well, that's Kendrick, right? Because, you know, Joey's been open about this, the spirit of competition thing. Before that, he goes through Ice Spice, Tekashi, goes through Troy Ave, right? And so that is the closing line to Ho Era, where he says, you let Ice Spice turn into the king of New York. And that is why all of this to me is so important. What Joey Badass is doing right now, this past week, what he's done this past week, especially with Kai Cash coming out, J1, you know, Rome Holman, Loaded Lux, especially with that, he's actually getting people, he's actually restoring the feeling, at least this week. He's bringing attention to another side of rap that ain't Tekashi, that ain't Ice Spice. Okay, and I think he's doing a good job of that. And Ray, in my opinion, Ray, rightfully so, because a rebuttal to all this would be, yeah, but it took Kendrick to get you to do it. Right? That would be the rebuttal. I like that one. 1 second applause.
What's Takashi? And where was you at? Troy Ave entered the chat. Nigga, where was you at? You wasn't trying to say New York and put that shit on your back. It took a California nigga just to get you to rap. 40 poking out like pegs on a mongoose. I can handle bars. You been rapping 20 years straight. You work for Santa Claus.
Oh my God. 40 hanging out like pegs on a mongoose handlebars. You've been rapping for 20 years straight. You like Santa Claus. You work for Santa Claus. I think that's what he said. Let's hear it.
And put that shit on your back. It took a California nigga just to get you to rap. 40 poking out like pegs on a mongoose. I can handle bars. You been rapping 20 years straight.
40 hanging out like pegs on a mongoose. I can handle bars. That's dope. I like that line. That's also a Hunte line. Hunte from Little Brother. Now, I'm not saying that's where Vaughn got it, but Hunte was the first person I heard say that. He said, how I handle bars like Lance Armstrong. 1 second applause to Hunte.
Rap. 40 poking out like pegs on a mongoose. I can handle bars. You been rapping 20 years straight. You work for Santa Claus.
You work for Santa Claus. It's actually an interesting flip on the little jokes, the little man jokes, the Scrappy-Doo type jokes that CJ Fly and Joey Badass tossed at Ray Vaughn. Well, now he's saying you work for Santa Claus. So, yeah, I guess that would make him the elf because he's been rapping for 20 years. He works for Santa Claus.
Not like pegs on a mongoose, I can handle bars. You been rapping 20 years straight. You work for Santa Claus. Secret handshakes and baby oil. Yeah, we saw that. That's what he meant when he was saying he with all that. Like
That's funny. So that's a throwback to that video. That video of Puffy. I wonder if I got this video of Joey Badass and Puffy. I'm sure one of y'all tagged me on this. One of y'all tagged me on this video. I know it. I know some. Oh, there it is right there. Shout out to my man Ariel Smoke with the video, with the evidence. 1 second applause to Ariel Smoke. So this is the video here. I don't know what song that is, but we'll play it without the music. So that's the love symbol, and they're putting the love together, 2 L's. Right. So that's what Ray Vaughn is talking about. Okay, that's what Ray Vaughn is talking about right there. Let's bring it back.
On a mongoose, I can handle bars. You been rapping 20 years straight. You work for Santa Claus. Secret handshakes and baby oil. Yeah, we saw that. That's what he meant when he was saying he with all that. Like years ahead, your name buzzing cause of mine. Last time we gave a fuck about you was 1999.
Okay, let's see if we can unpack that. Let's see if your name buzzing cause of mine. Well, I think it would be buzzing because of Kendrick, which because it was Kendrick, everyone else jumped out. Because he did that with Kendrick. And at a particular point in history, I mean, this is the first day of the year of 2025. This is before the Super Bowl, before the Grammys. This is before the tour. We're talking 4 weeks after, 5 weeks since GNX dropped. Since the West really got it back. GNX has a bunch of West Coast artists on it, a bunch of Los Angeles artists, new artists that people hadn't really been exposed to yet. And so because Joey said that about Kendrick, everybody else jumped out. Now that's one way to look at it, because maybe that bar doesn't hit if you think about it in that situation. But on the flip side, you can look at the Red Bull Cypher. I think the Red Bull Cypher personally is the moment we started looking at Joey Badass, like, oh, Joey's willing to do this. But the finals, that is the best. At that point in time, that was the best track. The finals was the best track at that point in time. And that shocked people, because I don't think people expected Joey to drop that fast, 1. 2, it captured all the things that people who love New York rap, or a certain era of New York rap, or a certain feeling that used to come from New York rap, that we love and we cherish. And he captured that. And in that context, hey, Ray Vaughn's right. Ray Vaughn's right. You know, if the finals was a tipping point track, if it was a tipping point in this whole back and forth, then yeah, arguably I could see Ray being correct. 1 second applause, Ray.
Handshakes and baby oil, yeah, we saw that. That's what he meant when he was saying he with all that. Like years ahead, your name buzzing Think cause of mine. Last time we gave a fuck about you was 1999. If I aim at your Big Apple, changes New York state of mind. Niggas playing with your name, that don't mean you play with mine, pussy.
That's hard right there. And he had all the New York references in there.
Know a guy from Brooklyn sides that said you ran from real demands and wouldn't slide. Why? Nigga, you was supposed to shoot like GoldenEye. You at the crib with Ocean Eyes. You should've put him close to God, but
you were supposed to shoot like GoldenEye. You was there with Ocean Eyes. Hear that again.
Cause of mine. Last time we gave a fuck about you was 1999. If I aim at your Big Apple, changes New York state of mind. Niggas playing with your name, that don't mean you play with mine, pussy. I know what.
Yeah, I think Ray Vaughn didn't like that. This is the type of dick licking I'm talking about line. I don't think Ray liked that very much. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section.
I know a guy from niggas playing with your name, that don't mean you play with mine, pussy. I know a guy from Brooklyn sides that said you ran from real demands and wouldn't slide. Why? Nigga, you was supposed to shoot like GoldenEye. You at the crib with Ocean Eyes. You should've put him close to God, but you not like that. The fuck made you think you close to Vine? I see that in your posture, you get posterized. CJ Fly dropped a diss too. Damn, for Pete's sake, post the guy. Pro era like
CJ Fly dropped a diss too. Damn, for Pete's sake, post the guy. That was another angle that Ray Vaughn used in Ho era. He said Joey Badass is on TV, he's on Power, and then CJ Fly is using the free version of CapCut. Curtis King pointed that out too when he reacted to Ho era as well. So another part of this angle, again, because we heard this in the beginning of this track, is him talking about how Pro Era doesn't exist because nobody has any hits. And so he's coming back to that again right now. Never hear that again, though. The way he's flowing right there is crazy. 1 second applause.
Why? Nigga, you was supposed to shoot like GoldenEye. You at the crib with Ocean Eyes. You should've put him close to God, but you not like that. The fuck made you think you close to Vine? I see that in your posture, you get posterized. CJ Fly dropped a diss too. Damn, for Pete's sake, post the guy. Pro era like a drive-through speaker, broken fried. Just a old
Pro air like a drive-through speaker, broken fried. Wow.
Damn, for Pete's sake, post the guy. Pro era like a drive-through speaker, broken fried. Just the old ass niggas get mad at the up and coming. I revived your rap career.
See, I don't know if that works. Maybe Joey Badass is old in reps. Maybe he's old in reps, meaning he's been a public figure for at least since 2011, at least since 11, maybe 10, right? So maybe 15 years. But they're not that far away in age. I mean, Joey Badass just turned 31. This is something else that Ray Vaughn said on Ho Air. He said that CJ was damn near 40, but CJ is like 30. I mean, these guys are closer to Ray Vaughn's age. I think Ray Vaughn's 29. They were in high school at the same time. So Joey's old in reps, but he's not necessarily old in age. But hey, it's a rap battle. No one said everything got to be true in a rap battle. 1 second applause.
Broken fried, just the old ass niggas get mad at the up and coming. I revived your rap career, I'm why Joey buzzing. Nigga thought he was unique when he clearly wasn't. Had them matching haircuts, I know they up to something.
That's funny. Said he was unique when he know he wasn't. Now that's a nice double, right? And I'm actually shocked I haven't heard someone else flip that yet like that. That's a nice flip on his name. 1 second plus.
Get mad at the up and coming. I revived your rap career, I'm why Joey buzzing. Nigga thought he was unique when he clearly wasn't. Had them matching haircuts, I know they up to something. Big TDE, what you know about me? Gas tank on ERV, been a crash out. Couldn't get a verse from the HOV. Now you at Diddy house and you putting your back down.
Oh my God. All right, that's Ray Vaughn's Golden Eye. First of all, the scheme the flow he opens with in the beginning is crazy. It's crazy. There's a couple of really good technical lyrical moments in here from Ray Vaughn that I really like. The Diddy angle at this point, for this to be the majority of the song too, and then also doubling down again and saying that man's fiance's name, I honestly feel like the finals got under his skin. I think the finals got under his skin for real. I think, and that to me speaks to the effectiveness of the finals, because the Diddy angle is the thing that Daylight brought up first, and he alludes to it in "Word to My Mother," which is the track that Daylight dropped today. And battle rap is all about shedding veneers. I talk about that all the time. You want to shed the veneer of whatever it is someone's successful at. And so people have been leaning heavily into this idea that Joey Badass is just an actor. Well, now that Joey Badass is rapping, you hear less actor bars, and now we've graduated to the point it's like, okay, well, you was at Diddy's house. You're going to show up on them tapes, right? It's all fair. Again, Joey Badass was the one that brought in West Coast dick licking. He started the whole thing. He started that whole thing right there. But for me, it takes away from the track. Like, he was rapping, but it takes away from it for me personally. You know what I mean? So I also at the same time, I like him going over a 50 Cent beat because obviously the power reference right there, and going over Back Down, which is a classic 50 Cent track. And I think he added stuff to it, and I think that's difficult to do when you're dealing with certain types of tracks. And they changed up the drums a couple of times here to make it sound bigger, which sounded crazy. I'm not mad at Ray Vaughn on this one. I'm gonna give this 8.1 second applause. Word up. So that's Ray Vaughn, Golden Eye, out now. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. This is one of those nights that will be stamped into hip-hop history, right? And I think this is another positive effect that took place after the Great Shakespearean Shakedown in 2024. You know, obviously all of this can be pegged to Drake. If Drake doesn't wild out over the Control verse, or if Drake doesn't get mad that that Kendrick was the #1 MC in 2013 per MTV, that butterfly effect may have never gotten us here. And where we are now is a place that I'm actually really excited to see. I like seeing this feeling in New York City come to life. As fleeting as this might be, hopefully it lasts longer than just this particular exchange. But I think Joey Badass is doing a good job. He's got some other people outside. He's bringing some new names to the table. And it's working on both sides. Because we're seeing a side of Ray Vaughn that most of us haven't seen either. And Ray Vaughn, between Crash Out Heritage, Impossible Patty, Ho Era, and now GoldenEye, we can see what he's made of too. And he is vicious. He is vicious. I mean, when they talk about, the one line he has in here and says, you guys are mad, old niggas mad at the new artist next up. Now, even if their age isn't that far away from each other, Ray Vaughn is well positioned, in my opinion. He has a mixtape that is critically acclaimed. He clearly is fearless. He is creative lyrically, however you want to go, particularly when it comes to the technical side of bar placement. We've seen more than I think a lot of people might have expected. And he's got the heart of a fighter. So I definitely think that this is one of those exhibitions that makes Ray look really good too. Regardless of who's winning, who's losing, we're seeing a side of artists that we don't normally see. And in my opinion, on this date, May 19th, 2025, I'm seeing a lot of people rise to the occasion. My name is Justin Hunt. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow the company man on everything. Follow Justin Hunt Podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views us radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, dog. You don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.